What is up, everybody? It's Sam here with another video, and I'm gonna be starting a little series just on all of the characters in Nomad Survivor, why you might pick one or the other. So just right off the bat, we're gonna go with the adventure. The first class that you get, it's unlocked when you get the game. You don't have to purchase it or anything. It is your typical, entry level character for most games like this. Has a very simple ability that costs the least amount out of every other character, and it just does an attack in front of it. Level 20 and level 40, you get additional attacks. This basically just makes it a little bit stronger, gives you a little bit wider range of motion. In regards to heritages, statues go on everybody, so you can go statue if you want, but I feel like there's better things to do if you're playing the statue heritage, so I don't recommend it. Merchant, also good, but really only in certain situations, like when you're getting the Dungeon Keeper achievement, where you don't do any rerolls and you don't get any chests, so having Merchant really helpful in that. Summoner, again, good in certain situations, but it doesn't really add anything to the class. With the summons, it allows you to destroy enemy projectiles, which is really nice, but other than that, not really that big of a deal. The Voidwalker is a pretty reliable heritage for the adventure class. It gives you some additional safety because the adventure class, at least in the beginning, is a very melee focused character. A lot of your damage is going to be close by for the first 5-10 levels. But the Voidwalker gives you that additional help where if someone's gonna hit you, you'll probably deal damage to it, and it scales not crazily, but it will help you clear those first 5-10 minutes really easily. So the Voidwalker is very strong on the adventure. Poxbringer and Berserker, I don't really normally recommend these just because Berserker, it's not the best heritage in general, just in regards to characters that don't have any HP regen on their weapon skill. I would say it's good on like Whisper, but for this double damage, when you're playing a melee character, not really the best idea, because you might just slowly take damage over and over again, just, a little bit here and there, but that kind of adds up when you can't do any HP regen, so I don't recommend it. Poxbringer, while you do get the double damage, since it's applied over time and you're a melee character, in the beginning anyways, not the strongest thing in the world because you're going to be getting hit. You do have HP regen in this situation, so it's not really that big of a deal, but what I would truly recommend for anyone that's going to be playing the adventure is the Nomad. The Nomad is the best heritage in the game. I find it very hard to argue, just because you get these bonus rerolls, and the state of the game currently, most of the weapon skills aren't the real, powerhouse of your build. It's all of the weapon skills that you get in game and the passives. So having these rerolls so that you get everything that you're looking for is really the main importance in this game. Just gonna go into WXP mode and show you guys what the adventure looks like. So this is its ability. It does a pretty wide arcing, 180 degrees, but as you can see, it's not gonna get that area behind you, so you got to turn around for a second, and it does a lot of damage, but it's not the best for a full wave clear type deal. If you're walking in a direction, it's very strong, but if you're trying to clear the whole screen, it's not going to be that powerful. That is until you hit level 20. Once you hit level 20, the adventure is going to feel a lot better. Obviously, we're playing on 2x experience, so that it goes a little bit faster here. But normally, level 20, it only takes a couple minutes for you to hit it. SP regen is huge on the adventure because your weapon skill already goes off very, very frequently. So if you add in the SP regen, which you only need a couple levels in it, you're basically just not exactly, a machine gun, but as you can see, the clear is very, very strong. The only bad thing is you have to really actually play directional until you hit level 20. So try and level up here as fast as I possibly can. The good thing about the crossroads is that the waves are huge. There's a lot of mob density, so it's a really nice place for you to do some leveling if you want to level up really quick and try stuff out. I definitely recommend it. Also, the colorless glyph just makes life easier if you're trying to level up as fast as possible, because these guys don't really have all that much HP. So we hit level 20, and this is the situation where you can probably stand still. I would say that the adventurer's weapon skill in itself isn't going to be enough to get you through the whole game, but if you focus on things like you can grab Death Sting, you can grab crit chance, you can grab crit damage, you just look like a Beyblade, and you really can clear things very, very quickly. Bosses too. The adventure actually has pretty decent bossing damage, and then throw in Spectral Sword, you get some additional. AoE clear, and you can have a pretty good time with the adventure. I would say the adventure is one of the stronger classes, but most of the classes in general are very strong anyways. So if you want to have a, you know, more in-your-face type playstyle and you want to focus specifically on the weapon skill, I highly recommend the adventure to you. If you're looking for more of a ranged, you know, clear, you probably want to go one of the other classes. Granted, if you want to play the adventure for the early game clear, it's very consistent, and then transition into, say, like different weapon skills like chain light shock, spectral bow, stuff like that, the adventure can give you a very easy time for the first, you know, 5-10 minutes of the game, so that you're able to ramp up your abilities to a point where you don't need to really worry about your weapon skill anymore. I will say though, with the coming beta changes, if you haven't watched my adventure beta preview for the evolution, I highly recommend maybe getting comfortable with the adventure class. The changes that are being made are, I don't want to say game changing, but pretty game changing. The adventure is going to be one of the more powerful classes once the 5th major update comes out. So definitely go take a look at that. I'll link it down below, and take a look at how overpowered the adventure is going to be, especially with one particular evolution branch. It is a really interesting concept, and I highly recommend you take a look. So as always guys, I really appreciate the support, and I will see you on the next one.